Like Fringe, and right now this morning we're actually joined by Torv, and also we're joined by Josh Jackson. Good to see you guys this morning.
Morning, how you doing?
Not too bad. Well, I just got to say I'm a huge fan, and honestly, with this season rolling into the third season, the acting I think has definitely taken a step up. I mean, you guys are just unbelievable. I have to say, Olivia, on the bad Olivia, I guess you could say. Honestly, I'm not a huge fan.
What?
No, I'm saying I don't like her character because, I mean, you just don't want to like her because you know that you want the good Olivia back on the other side. I think you guys would have to agree with that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Peter's going to be a little conflicted.
Right, especially after 2 weeks ago when actually you guys took the relationship to the next level. Can you guys talk about how you guys think that's going to play for the rest of the season?
Well, just imagine if you had, say, cheated on your girlfriend with her, how that conversation would go over. I don't think it ends well for Peter.
Now, for the viewers that might not turn in every single week to watch it, which would not be like myself, I'm a huge fan, give them a little synopsis of what Fringe is actually about when they turn it on and try to watch an episode.
Josh?
Anna?
I never know how to explain the show. I remember when we first sort of started and before anybody had seen anything, it was worse because you'd sort of take the deep breath and start from scratch. But essentially it's kind of it's a procedural show that isn't, with, you know, a couple of central characters that follow, that investigate these very strange kind of crimes. And that's like on the very basic level. But underneath all of that, there's a whole lot of other stuff going on. Josh?
And it's not possible to describe it in a brief synopsis anymore, I don't think. The show has become too complex to be any one thing, because it's not any one thing.
Right, and then I also have another question. With Peter and his father, I mean, with Walter, it's kind of, you don't really know how they're going to play that out, because do you think Peter will, at least through this season, will end up forgiving his father for taking him from the opposite reality?
I think that's the central question for Peter of the season, is where his loyalties lie. As we sort of delve into this whole mythology surrounding the machine, where he finds himself more drawn to, our side or the other side.
With Olivia on the other reality, do you think she's starting to finally realize that maybe she doesn't belong there and that she actually needs to try to get back to the real reality?
Yeah, I think that's, in a couple of episodes ago, she kind of, she knows that there's something kind of not right. She sort of catches a glimpse of Peter on the street and sees Walter in a hospital and sort of thinks that's weird. She still thinks it's just the secretary's son. And then the episode Amber, she really starts to quite a few little things happen where and then she tests herself, and I think she then really does realize, uh-oh, I think I'm stuck in a parallel universe.
And the question, too, I mean, during 2 episodes ago, you were losing some of the shapeshifters. How do you think that will actually affect Bolivia in her, I guess, her duties there in the actual reality?
I think a lot. I think that she really kind of doesn't have that many people to call on anymore, and she really is in a world that she doesn't know or understand, and I think the cracks start to show, and she starts to sort of, you know, I think in the beginning she thinks she's doing great. I think that's her nature. And slowly, I think she realizes that she just may be a little bit, you know, out of her depth.
All right, and then talk a little bit about working with John Noble as Walter Bishop there. I mean, his, I guess, experimenting in drugs there on the set. How was that to actually work with him on the set during all of those scenes?
Pretty fantastic. I mean, he's wonderful. That joy and that sort of cracked energy that you get to see when it's on camera, we get to live with it on set. So he's a ton of fun to be able to work with and work around.
John is just not, he's just not ashamed of anything. He'll try anything, and that's like that's a really massive lesson to learn as like a younger actor. Going, wow, you just throw it away and, you know, see what
sticks.
See what falls down, yeah. To be unafraid to try.
Then just one final thing here. I mean, what can we expect in the rest of this season? I mean, obviously, Olivia's going to try to make it back to her reality, or you would want to think she would want to. What can you guys tell us that we can expect for the next couple of episodes?
Well, I mean, I think that as soon as Olivia realizes that she's Olivia and that she's stuck on the other side, I think her main kind of like drive becomes, I need to get home.
Right. Well, hey, thank you so much for your time. It was great to have you guys on this morning.
Thank you.
No problem.